In a world surrounded by franchises, reboots, and shared universes, an elite team of podcasters will risk body and soul to investigate the depths of intellectual properties, one multiverse, subgenre, and trend at a time. Who are we? We're the IP Squad.
Welcome back to the IP Squad and our ongoing investigation into films based on Sherlock Holmes. I'm John Campbell, of course, with me, my partners for this investigation, the Jones boys. We've got Brendan Jones.
Hello.
And Robin Jones.
Hey, John, can I just take a couple of minutes? I don't like to embarrass you like this, but if you could allow me.
Sure.
I want to thank you for John. John will tell you that off mic I'm always pitching him ideas, and
he is constantly
99 out of 100. He just goes, Robin, that's maybe you should try to develop that on your own.
Yeah.
But he does give me the opportunity occasionally to do these backdoor pilot spinoffs.
Occasionally.
And today, of course, covering the new podcast, Scary Thomas, the horror films of Scary Thomas. I am so excited. I am so excited that, oh my God, it's my beautiful wife. Hey, she's here.
Don't turn the phone around.
She heard Terry Thomas and she came running.
She heard Terry Thomas. And she said,
So wait, Robin, does this mean
that gap-toothed devil?
Does that mean you're dropping? Because I was already doing research. We're not going to do in one Kinnear, out the other.
This is, I will say,
Roy and Rory Kinnear.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. The Kinnear boys.
The
Kinnear dynasty. Yeah, I will say this is second.
The Tom Poston movie.
We're Stacey and I watched the old Dark House remake that William Castle did.
Oh yes. And
Jesus, boy, do you want world's worst double feature?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. That would be rough. The James Whale movie is great.
Remake, William Castle and Hound of the Baskervilles with Peter Cook and Dudley Moore.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what this episode's about, Robin.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah, that's right. I will say it is.
That I'm out.
This is two Sherlock Holmes parodies though with Roy Kinnear, which I'm. He just was like, let me know.
Smarter Brother.
Let me know if they're doing any more parodies of Sherlock Holmes. I only want to be in those. No,
I think that he was he's
around
the flavor of the couple of decades.
Well, just British film. Yeah, British film in general. At this,
he's in every movie that came out.
He worked a metric ton. I mean, surely Rory got his education paid for.
I mean,
Roy's constant.
Well,
work.
Roy Kinnear died quite tragically, actually, at 54, but yet still had 178 credits. So
I know.
Now, John, was that on a Musketeers movie?
It was. Yes, it was indeed. He was killed making the Return of the Musketeers. Unfortunately, a tragedy so bad. Not only did he die, but who am I blanking on? Richard Fleischer.
No, Richard Lester directed.
Richard Lester, of course. But so bad he never made another movie. He was so haunted by the death of that.
Well, because of all those actors that he worked with, he only used a couple over and over again because he liked working with them so much. Yeah. And one of them was Roy Kinnear. I mean, that guy.
Because I was shocked to find out Richard Lester's still alive, but has never directed again. Yeah, he's still with us.
Well, no. He and just sidebar, if you guys want to read a great discussion of Lester's career and philosophy on making films and stuff, the Steven Soderbergh book
Oh yeah.
where it's both memoir of Soderbergh trying to figure out if he still wants to make movies or not, and every other chapter is a furthering interview, career discussion with Richard Lester.
Hmm.
Great book.
Yeah.
Great book.
Okay, well, speaking of great books,
Well, I will say
I like Hound of the Baskervilles.
that's a good
It's
book.
a fine book.
That's a very
Oh,
good
it's a good book. Yeah, I like that book a lot.
You know,
And
Hey,
now-
here's a telltale thing about a comedy.
Mhm.
If the
Yeah.
funniest thing is the opening credits, wherein they say the Hound of the Baskervilles, yet another adventure of Sherlock Holmes.
No, that's
I
not the
think
funniest thing in
I
the movie.
had 3 solid
Right.
laughs in 85 minutes.
I just
I'm willing to bet one of those solid laughs was one of their proven sketches put
Yeah.
into the movie for no good reason.
Oh,
that they
did you
cram into
did
Which
you
is
notice
still
that
hilarious.
did you
material.
notice anywhere in this movie that this might have been old material that they've reused? Was that evident anywhere? Because no.
Oh God, John.
For the
John,
most,
come on. Don't do that.
well, no, they are doing voices and characters. I guess they had done before, but there's literally a full-on skit. It's almost
Yeah.
like they're who's
The
on
Tarzan
first.
skit.
shows up.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you can watch this movie and still come away with a love for Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, one of the greatest comedy duos of all time.
Yeah.
Arguably,
If
yeah.
you can walk out of this movie still loving them, they are eternal and timeless, and they are great.
And
because sadly, this movie,
this
doesn't-
movie
Yeah, it's
is a disaster. It is
It's
very
it's the
bad.
Gary Lewis's hardly working
Oh,
Peter Cook and Dudley Moore.
Well, because I
yeah.
will say, what the thing I completely agree with your point there, Brendan. I did leave this movie still loving these guys. Came in loving them, left the movie still loving them because, what it felt like is, and having done, nowhere near the level that they have, obviously, but having done sketch comedy and improv myself, this felt like watching two really talented guys just going all in on stuff that isn't working, and they know that you can feel that they're like, but they're still giving it their all, but it's just like, oh boy,
Yeah,
this isn't going.
Somebody thought this was going to be their Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and it's just not.
Very much so.
No.
What's very interesting
My other theory was they wanted to give poor Terry Thomas a gig because he is visibly, his hands are visibly shaking.
Well,
in
this is
film,
his.
'cause that's what they do,
This is
medium
his
shot.
final film appearance.
So
I will
sad.
say, it's a great cast.
A
Pretty
great
much across
cast.
the board, all these great character actors. In
Denholm
the
Elliott shows up in this thing. I mean,
Denholm Elliott, but also just you're sitting there going like, the main guy who's playing Henry Baskerville.
oh yeah. Kenneth Williams.
Oh, Kenneth Williams.
Who is one of screen's greatest gay
Ampy
actors.
gay dudes. Yeah.
And he is
and one of the great voices. I love the guy's voice. It's just
similar to everyone. Every
Oh,
scene he
makes
does
sense.
make a
Yeah. I mean, and the woman who long-standing career who ends up playing the possessed nymphomaniac lady.
Yeah,
I looked at her
Joan
IMDb.
Grenfell, the femme fatale from Kind Hearts and Coronets.
I know.
She's
I'm
great.
sitting there going like,
Yeah.
Jesus, lady killers, and you're just like, what the hell?
No, everybody here is better than this material. Pretty much everyone who
yeah.
appears in the movie is better than the script.
Brendan, you said Lady Killers, not Lady Killers. Man in the White Suit.
Man in the White Suit, you're right. And Lady Killers, I think the woman who plays the psychic friend of Holmes's mother.
She's in it. Yeah.
I think she's in Lady Killers.
Yeah.
I think that's where I was getting them mixed up. And she's always great.
You're right.
I don't think she was ever young. Like everything you've ever seen her in, she's kind of like this
She's got
either
one of
ditzy
the
middle-aged or elderly lady.
She's got one of the great staring into the abyss faces.
Yes. Like she's incredibly stupid,
and just staring off, and not even. You're wondering if she's even in the movie, and all of a sudden she the weird thing is when Moore is talking, she does react off of every blooming
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Yes.
And I gotta say, once
Uh,
again, Dudley Moore, no one's phoning it in. He is all in on
No,
being
they're all-
Sherlock's
He is.
mother.
I'd say more than Peter Cook, though. Peter
Yeah,
Cook
yeah.
is doing the typical Peter Cook. In
Yes.
other words, he doesn't have to do much because that was always his thing. He
Yeah.
is the one that stands back, and you always have Dudley Moore as the extremely energetic little guy
Well,
Right.
doing everything.
and the way this is
doing-
written almost takes Holmes. I mean, which is kind of true to
well,
Baskervilles.
is like this true
the
to
book.
but
Yeah.
I would say even more so here. He
Yeah.
comes back so late into this movie.
Yeah.
And it really
It
is
a
Dudley
Moore jam.
It really,
much,
I mean,
yeah.
and it makes sense, right? I mean, it even says name above title. It's Dudley Moore.
I will say
and
this,
Peter
too.
Cook, not the
If
other way
they
around.
had done a serious Holmes and Watson film,
They could have pulled it off.
I mean,
been
I
great.
always thought Peter Cook. It's a great face for Sherlock
A great
Holmes.
profile. I was wondering if Brendan was going to say this because the first thing I think is when I look
Yes.
at that
Yeah.
original illustration
Yes.
is, yeah, that's Peter Cook.
Yeah,
Totally.
He fits, and Dudley Moore, of course, a very good dramatic actor. When he
Very good.
did that, he could have done, and maybe not Scottish. He could have done a very
Oh,
good.
what? But
Watson.
you didn't like this accent?
It's one of his wacky comedy.
I will say,
accents, and
imme-
everything in the movie is.
I
their wacky
don't
comedy.
believe I had ever seen this movie before. I don't think I had, or I maybe had seen it in pieces on cable or something, but I had no memory. The second he started talking, I just went, "Ooh, no." No,
Well,
that
John, the
the whole
clue
movie
is-
can't sound like that. No.
And this movie is this insane combination of Cook and Moore, Sherlock Holmes, and Carry On films. I
Yes.
mean, it's
Yeah,
very wah wah wah. Everything is very
Kenneth-
zany and
Once
over the
again,
top and-
Kenneth Williams coming from a number of the
Yeah.
Carry On pictures.
You know what's interesting
sure.
to me though is if you ever watch that documentary about the old British actress ladies, Tea with the Dames,
Oh yes, yes.
or Nothing Like a Dame.
Yeah.
At a certain point, Maggie Smith and Judi Dench talk about how much Kenneth Williams taught them about comedy working with him. And
Yeah.
you can kind of hear it when he's doing his little reactions, not to just the but the kind of throwaway lines he does.
Once
Yeah.
again, I
And
think
it's like
I
the
think he's
Duchess
good.
in Downton Abbey 1,000%.
It's like, did you drag yourself across the moor? It's like, oh, I dressed quite conservatively.
I think
The entire movie is. Here's the thing:
Quack, quack.
they took the plot, kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
real loose.
Then,
Yeah.
then they just come up with bits,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's not even quite bits as much. I mean, some
They're
are
like
very much bits,
ideas
like,
for
like
bits,
the telegram scene,
Yes.
where they're all doing different codes.
Yeah.
That
Right.
I actually remembered from having watched this when I was a kid. It was on HBO a lot for some
Yeah, yeah.
reason. Back
Yeah.
in
Well,
the
that was
early
back
80s.
when
That's what I'm
HBO would
saying is
show
I
one
think-
movie 8 times a
But I
day.
think that's what I'm talking about. Where it's like I think I might have seen this on like Encore or Stars
Yeah, yeah.
Comedy, but something
Yeah.
like that. but
It's a lot of
made no impression.
wordplay, and it's them doing their, and it's
But I'm into that. The thing is, I like
it's
that kind of
sweaty.
stuff. It's sweaty because I mean, my love of like Abbott and Costello and stuff. I love that, like, but it's just you're just
Yeah.
going like, but you're just watching this going like this, like that code scene is a perfect example of like, well, this is a funny idea, but these bits aren't landing. These jokes aren't landing.
and there's
It's not-
like, oh, we
I'm
saw
not-
you flashing, and it's
Yeah.
literally a long coat with
Yeah.
a light,
and you're
hanging
like,
around the
yeah, and you're just
waist, and it's
like,
oh yeah.
okay,
flashing.
yeah.
And then-
That's
and then
why
the
we were saying this would be our
Morse
shortest
code.
episode. Yeah, Morse code. It's
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
Morse
By the
code.
way, I have a hot take. I didn't like it very much.
Yeah, no, I mean, and here's the thing about of
Two
course, the
options.
thing as well. Not only do all of us agree on that, everyone agrees. This thing was
Yeah.
met with almost
I
universal.
gave it 2 stars.
That's being generous.
I'm surprised
Very
I had not
generous.
already rated it, because when I did signed up for Letterboxd, I just went year by year and was like, saw that.
Yeah,
Somehow I skipped this one. So, but I gave it 2 stars, but it's only because I love Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. I mean, it was sort
Yeah.
of like I
Yeah.
love them, but they
I
don't
do
kill
too.
me in this movie. They're one.
I mean, and I liked Terry Thomas being able to knock out.
I
what he
like
was able to
almost
do.
everyone in the movie. Basically, I
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
pretty like I think Denholm Elliott is, but man, if you find the
I
idea
remember
of
the dog being
if you
seen too.
find the
I
idea of
remember
Dudley
that
Moore
when I
getting
was a
pissed
kid.
on by a dog funny, great.
Yeah.
I don't, but it's just like
Yeah,
you're
this
like,
is- this is just some game
John, I don't think you know what the joke is. The joke is that dog pees for like 2 hours straight. It's hilarious. Are
Yeah,
you kidding me?
but it,
He's watering plants with the dog when he
So-
walks by.
so
It's
much of-
I
hilarious.
just kept
That-
going. The great Denholm Elliott.
Yep.
I know, ladies and
who's
gentlemen.
who's
The
just
revered actor.
who I of course love. Obviously the Indiana Jones movies, but Trading Places. I think he's amazing
Yep.
in Trading
Oh, no,
Places.
Denholm Elliott. We don't.
No,
need to
no,
go
yeah, I
through
mean,
his
that's the thing
bona
about-
fides. The guy's, beloved.
Well, can we
but
talk about
He's in this.
one of the most interesting things about this movie is that it's directed
ready.
by Paul Morrissey.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
actually in the reviews are putting the blame on this
No.
movie on the director as like this was a miss.
I mean, he is a weird
coming
choice,
together.
but
And he's also co-writer with them.
well, that's where I would put the
Um,
blame more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I will say
The script is the problem
I-
here.
he's serving the material. I mean, no matter how
No,
outsider cinema Paul Morrissey, most of his stuff that he's known for, but he's a director first and foremost. He
It looks
directs this
fine.
movie,
it looks
and
just
you're sitting there
fine.
going like, he can't help it if the jokes aren't good.
No,
we
it
did
just
not
felt
we did
Cook and
not
Moore's
cover either of his
contractual obligation.
yeah
Yeah.
we did not cover either of his monster movies on Meet the Monsters because
Oh
No, we
They're-
didn't do.
they're-
no, we
they're
didn't
not
do
really,
Andy Warhol's.
they're not really worth talking about. But
well, I'm just saying, guys.
Oh,
Apparently
no,
you
there,
don't-
there are plenty of
You're
Dracula
a couple
and
of Udo Kier haters.
Frankenstein
is
movies
what I'm
we did.
saying.
oh, we talk. Hey, even though we didn't cover those, we've
It
still
feels like
covered.
you hate Udo Kier.
No, because Robin,
That's
even
what-
though we
Oh,
didn't
we
cover
did plenty
those,
of
I
Udo
think
Kier.
we've still seen like 10 Udo Kier performances on Meet the Monsters.
Yeah.
'cause he's
That's how
everything.
many vampires that guy has played. It's
Right,
crazy.
That's right.
He's most but he isn't
Oh my
he is
God.
an odd choice, and I was like, oh really? Paul Morrissey directed this, but I don't. Yeah, I
Right.
don't agree with those people either, Brendan. That's like, man, if only this thing had a real director, it would have cooked. No, this script is atrocious.
I will also say the pacing is a little odd, but then again, if you listen to or have seen, their classic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they are not bang, 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 bang.
No.
They do character stuff. It's a lot like a male version of Nichols and May,
Sure.
as in they do characters discussing a premise. And
Mhm.
that's their thing is they discuss a premise, they take you into a scene, but it's not rapid pace kind of nonsense. So
Right.
Monty Python was zippy. That was their
Oh, yeah.
thing is that
Oh, yeah.
they have cartoon odd stuff and non sequiturs. But these guys are like, yes, come in. And that's the beginning of what's going to, it's like, oh, interesting character talks to interesting character.
Well, I think Fry.
Robin, when I was a teen, you gave me for a present, you gave me a Derek and Clive live on cassette, which is one of their
Dirty.
naughty,
Yeah.
the blue material, and it's unbelievably funny of them just riffing off in these grotesque characters. And it's so damn funny, but it's also not something you're like, if that was on screen, you would also go, oh, this is paced terribly.
Well, they did.
Well-
They made a Derek and Clive movie after this.
Right. It was the
Yeah.
last movie they made together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I made a joke about this being Cook and Moore's contractual obligation to do this, but
Mhm.
it kind of feels like we're not going to do your Derek and Clive movie unless you do something else, and
Yeah.
they kind of knocked this out.
Well, because I will say, obviously,
No bedazzle.
I was just gonna bring up, yeah, of course, and
Jesus
Bedazzled
God.
is
that's
a classic.
all I was thinking the whole time. And by the way, I've seen this like literally 2 or 3 years ago, and
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
still
sorry.
was-
Then it's a tough sit.
like I still was sitting there going, this is just not good, and
No. No.
and it's
I'm sorry.
definitely-
It's just
you can't
No.
and you can't watch Bedazzled and be anything but horrifically disappointed if you watch this.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
I
no.
know.
Bedazzled is so good. obviously.
But Stanley Donen,
Yes.
what is Stanley Donen's training? Choreography. He is a master of rhythm and pacing. He's a really good
Well,
actor.
the materials
knows
just
how to-
that really is
yeah.
it's the material though, right? I mean, that's the thing about these guys can sell it, but if you don't have if they're not doing anything funny, you as even being great performers, you can only make it so good, right? I mean, like that's the thing. At the end of the day, is the rubber hits the road, and you're like, it's not good. It's just I mean, I did keep thinking to your point about it's just not good. I was watching this yesterday, just going, this isn't good. I really did like spend the whole movie going, oh no, it's just not good.
This also
It's actively
is a movie where,
unfunny.
as a parody of Sherlock Holmes, it doesn't really, because it is just they're using the setting.
Right.
The only thing is, I guess they take advantage of the plot point of Watson starts the mystery off because Sherlock's going to hang back essentially. And so, Dudley Moore on the train cutting Sherlock Holmes's cloak down so he can wear it. Like, okay, is that the
kind
sole
of
and only
funny
joke? But I mean, because it doesn't become a parody of the tropes of Sherlock Holmes.
No, there's
It
no
is just Cook and Moore doing voices and stuff.
Right.
Sherlock Holmes is still brilliant, but he's also shown as, because I think Cook was like, wouldn't it be funny if I have him talking like a lower class guy? So he does. And he's got a mother who's a fake medium.
But yeah,
and,
that's no, exactly. That's I'm 100% with you on that, Brett. And I did keep thinking like there's no commentary on Sherlock Holmes. It is just a setting for the bits. And even like the mother bit has nothing to do with Sherlock Holmes. It is just like, isn't it funny? Dudley Moore is an old lady. It's not really anything about it being Sherlock Holmes'
of the
mother.
movie, literally the very beginning of the movie, there's like a ring on the door, and Watson says, "Oh, I believe it's this guy, and I think he'll be this tall, and and Holmes goes, "Well, how do you know that?" He goes, "Oh, because we set up this appointment yesterday."
Yeah, he told me that when I talked to him yesterday.
He told me that when I talked
and once
to him
again,
yesterday.
I like a lot of this movie, I just went, that is a joke.
Are you kidding me? I rolled.
I will say one of the
stunned.
three laughs, and I wouldn't even say it's a full like belly laugh, but just like a from me was him smoking the cigarette and then putting it in the pipe because that's what people expect. That's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. I liked Spike Milligan getting hit by the car.
Yeah.
I mean, his one little appearance is kind of funny.
Thank God I wore the device, which is always great.
Well, the first
Whenever
thing is he gets hit, and he goes,
a euphemism. It's so great.
and he goes, and I married only a month. He goes, married only a month.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness I wore the device.
I liked his credit too. What was
his upper lip when they drive off, realizing his mustache has disappeared?
What was his credit too? There was kind of funny.
There's like
in a fleeting appearance.
Yeah. That
funny.
honestly is one of the funniest things in the movie. Unfortunately, it's just that they say a fleeting appearance. By
The
Spike
idea
Milligan.
that Dudley Moore is providing like silent movie piano as the full score is a funny one. It's a funny idea, and he shows up at the very beginning, and he shows up at the end when he's finished playing
you hear
the
him
score.
singing along with it. Too.
Yes, occasionally it's like Sherlock Holmes does a thing, and you're like, okay.
Well, because you're just going like, that's a Dudley Moore thing to do.
And it's also kind of annoying because it's just through the entire movie, and you're like, stop it.
Yeah. No, it is sort of just like I get it. It's once again, is it a joke, or it's like at a certain point it just is a choice.
So we should wrap up by saying, as a Sherlock Holmes movie, not good. As a Cook and Moore comedy, not good.
Not good.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't.
As an episode of Benny Hill, not good.
The average episode of Benny Hill would give me more of a laugh than this.
Yeah, I think
except for the one skit, which I've always loved about the one-legged man, is still very damn fun.
It's once really again, funny. But I kept thinking, well, then Cook made sure that Holmes sounds like that the whole time, or otherwise, him doing that skit doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
because
It is
He
the
sounds
most.
completely different.
This job requires 2 legs, and you're deficient by 1 leg. All that
Yeah,
stuff. You're like,
yeah.
that. But
I have nothing against your good leg.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
I think it's a great leg.
neither
I think
do
it's a
you.
wonderful leg. It's a great.
I know this
Yeah.
was like. I noticed the second you came in. I thought to myself, "Hello,
Yeah,
Hello.
now that's a fine leg."
That's a fine leg.
yeah.
I mean,
No, it's a great bit. It's a great bit,
great bit.
and it unfortunately, like you're
But
talking
that's
about.
also sweaty when you see the comedy duo going. Let's just put that in. Everyone likes that.
Well, that's the thing is it feels
We need
it-
more minutes.
it's so well constructed and honed that you are like, that doesn't fit with how bad the rest of the movie is. This must have been prepared elsewhere.
Yeah,
In
they've
a
been
pub.
doing that already for 20 years.
It doesn't have because like because the thing about like the Abbott and Costello, a lot of those bits were from the stage show, but those plots were also so loose that it didn't matter. It was just like we're 2 guys, right, and we're gonna do these bits. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One guy's scared and a big baby, and the other one is
right, and so
smacking
they're
him.
just and they're like, I mean, like wasn't Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein? They're working at they're doing parcel exchange or whatever. You're like, yeah,
Right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah, they can be doing
Doesn't
anything. Who cares? They're not playing Holmes
By
and
the way, their
Watson.
characters' names are Bud and Lou.
No, they're Chick and Wilbur in that.
That's
And
right,
Wilbur.
Chicken Wilbur.
But sometimes there
Come
is
on, Brendan.
there is what is
Chick
the
and
we
Wilbur.
did one though. Remember we did one. I can't remember if it's Invisible Man or Mummy. I think it's Mummy because by then they just don't give a shit. Where they do have character names, but they call each other Bud and Lou because nobody gave a shit. Like they actually have credited character names, but they only refer to each other as Bud and Lou because they just didn't give a shit anymore.
No, they didn't. And the script supervisors, they took a long lunch break. They just didn't bother.
Say Lou. Isn't his name? Never mind. I'm not gonna even. Who
Man,
cares?
mummies these days, they got funny names.
Yeah, you talk about sweaty.
They
You can
adapt the material.
actually hear them just like.
Oh.
They got these
boy.
crazy names, these mummies.
Slowly I
fuck it.
turn.
Brendan, if
Yeah.
it hurts, you drive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I will say though the thing talking about the Benny Hill and the Carry On,
Yeah.
I do think it's a very interesting thing when people talk about British comedy, right? And this movie is a perfect example of this. And what's interesting is because of to let people behind the scenes a little bit about how I've been doing this show recently. I've been doing 2 seasons of this show at once. So I've been doing last season, which was the King Arthur movies, and this season back to back. So this week I did actually watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then almost immediately watch this, which is very.
Oh, well, there you go.
That didn't do anyone any favors. But I will say it's a very interesting thing. People talk about British comedy as if it's a singular thing, but within it there really is like higher, lower, sillier, slower. Because I do think, yes, this is in more of the Carry On fashion, and that really is something that I do think is some of the like, yeah, I don't get that. Like talk about like British comedy that really doesn't work for an American audience, maybe, or probably not even for sections of Britain.
Yeah,
it's a
I
very
mean, it's
specific kind of very British comedy that is different
not
than
to
like
get
a Monty
super
Python.
academic, but it's based in music hall and pantomime
Right.
tradition. And I was gonna say, you watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Jabberwocky, this, and Yellowbeard, and you see what are good decisions
Yes.
and what are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it oh my God, just the word groan is not strong enough for the sounds I was making watching this film.
No, I mean that's the thing about and I said
That's a terrible pull quote. They're not going to put that on the box.
it's a strange experience though because you're like, oh, Dudley Moore and Peter Cook. Yeah, I
Yeah.
trust those guys to deliver something
those
of
guys.
quality. And then you're like,
No.
uh-oh.
Ooh,
This is
no.
no, sir. And unfortunately,
No.
I think we're going to repeat this episode in several weeks when we talk about Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Holmes and Watson, 2 other geniuses who are have worked together extremely well, are about as close to a modern comedy duo as we have because that doesn't really exist anymore, unfortunately. And they
make that. I bet you, John, not even looking at the timing right now, I bet you Holmes and Watson is about 30 minutes longer than this.
That's
I
a
bet
good.
you
That's
$1
because
million.
I will say. Yeah, I mean, although I will say this thing does test how long can 85 minutes feel.
so long. Yeah.
It
No,
does. And it's what, 80 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that thing is a brisk 90 on the button. 90 minutes on the
Okay.
button, Holmes and Watson. So.
Oh no, I was talking about this.
Oh yeah, no, this thing's 86, I believe. 86 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Oh
Holmes
no,
and
wait.
Watson
I'm sorry. That was
feel
something
30
else we were
minutes
watching.
longer.
This thing's 78 minutes with credits.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This thing
Yeah.
and it just
John,
crawls.
that's what I was saying before, was the throwing in the Tarzan sketch. It's obviously needed 10 more minutes
Yep.
to make it an actual feature film.
It does
it's
have
just-
that feeling. Because you also get, I mean, like, all right, I'm just being reminded of, I mean, I guess we don't need to sit here and do every bit that doesn't work. But there's like the whole sojourn with Holmes to the brothel where he gets the massage and you're just like,
God.
that's another
Yep.
example though where you're just like, what does this have to do? What? Like, it does feel like a lot of it is just like,
need work at the time, or
We're
no,
try-
she was doing a sitcom.
we're,
She
but
didn't have to.
it does feel like we are just trying to get to a page count at a certain point.
Right. Plus the gags with the pages being turned, and at one point there's a porn thing that falls
Yeah.
out. And,
Yeah.
But that's, of course,
it's
not
up
as
there.
funny as, once again,
Big French postcard.
I would not be comparing them had I not just watched them. But, of course, that's also in Holy Grail. There's the page-turning thing, but there's the random thing where the gorilla hand comes in.
Yeah.
Gorilla hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's funnier.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another.
Sir
I'll tell you
not
another
in this
one.
film.
In,
Sir not appearing in this
the,
picture, yeah.
William Castle, Old Dark House. The opening credits are done by Charles Adams, and it's one of the best.
Oh,
things in the
shit.
movie.
I'd forgotten that.
And at a certain point, he signs like opening titles done by, and then he's signing it, but the hand that's signing it is a monster hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
The other thing,
It's a great bit.
something also that caught me about that, we mentioned her briefly, the possessed nymphomaniac old woman,
Young Grenfell.
is like,
The whole Exorcist.
yeah, that's
riff
okay.
that
That's what I'm
they
talking.
do
That almost
for
becomes
8 years.
that almost becomes the thing I hate about that like 2000s kind of sketch spoof movies where they started to do, it's like, what are you parodying? You're now parodying. It's a parody of this, but you're including these movies, because I'm just like, so in a Sherlock Holmes parody, for no reason, they're also like, let's do Exorcist bits because that's popular now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just like, what? What do you
Yeah.
pick a lane?
Yeah.
I will say I do disagree with this British release poster where the tagline is "You'll piss yourself laughing." I
Get it?
didn't.
'Cause there's pig.
Wow.
I was in complete control
Wow.
of my bladder the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a better man than me.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
unrelated to the movie,
I
Brendan.
urinated
Like that dog.
almost from the beginning to the end.
Just like that dog.
I peed on the TV
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, but that
That's
was
how bad
that was out of rage, not laughter, right?
Yeah.
That was
Mm.
you had
That's a
to
rage
that.
thing.
you had to establish dominance over the movie.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Oh God, this film!
Yeah.
Oh my God!"
Hey, go watch almost anything else these two guys made, either together or separately. I mean, Dudley
Watch
Moore
the,
made some clunkers,
Saturday Night
but
Live episode they
Yes.
co-hosted the
excellent,
previous year,
very
Yeah,
good.
it's great.
and you will see awesome. And
Yeah.
all I have to say about that is that's our Gigi.
I will say that there.
I'm gonna get me a shotgun and kill all the whiteys I see.
Oh, the best.
Oh, Jesus.
Great.
Yeah,
Fucking great.
I will say this is interesting.
That's our Gigi.
This is a very interesting placement in Dudley Moore's career specifically, because of course they were
He
a
did
comedy.
Foul Play the same year.
Yeah, it came out the next year. Yeah, 79.
He's almost to his big
Well,
American breakthrough.
Yeah, I think it's very
up to Blake
interesting,
Edwards.
of course,
Yeah.
that I think to a lot of American audiences, they're less familiar with Peter Cook. I mean, Dudley Moore became a
Oh, yeah.
major movie star.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
And
if you
so it's-
talk about Peter Cook,
this
you're going
is-
to talk about The Princess Bride. That's about it.
Yeah.
There are a lot
Well,
of
I mean,
people.
and come on, Robin, Supergirl. Let's.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
Why'd
you
you have
shut
to
up.
say it?
Yeah.
Shut
Oh
up,
man. I also got to say, I've forgotten, of course, that both of them died way too young, which is
Kryptonian.
just
Gives you special powers.
yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good Peter Cook.
That's
Been
not
working
bad
on
at
it.
all. Yeah.
A little bit. Check it out from time to time.
I like that was covered over me being sad about the fact that we lost both of them way too young. They both died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
No,
Cook was only
100%.
54, and Dudley Moore was in his 60s, I think, when he died.
Yeah.
66. Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
that's just too bad.
There was some kind of documentary you can probably find it on YouTube where you see them occasionally like working together again, because it wasn't like they completely
No.
hated each other or anything. They would get back together. So for like a secret policeman's other ball or something, and they would redo the old sketches. But also, what I love about those guys is that a lot of times Dudley Moore would be the straight man to Peter Cook.
Yeah.
And that Peter Cook would do zany characters. The difference between those two is that if Dudley Moore's doing a character, it's very physical as well as some sort of voice.
Right.
Whereas Peter Cook, he is always stone still, and the most he'll do is this weird, cruel, evil smile that he occasionally does. And great use of Peter Cook, a dandy in Aspic, the Lawrence Harvey spy movie. He is kind of a
I think, like I
evil
said,
British
I think
spy.
he's a guy
really
that
good.
he did a number of great things, but you have to kind of seek them out, and I think some of what you're
Without
talking about,
a clue, we're going to see it.
We will see him again without a clue, which is great.
Yeah.
But I do think kind of to your point about their performing, like their personas on stage. Dudley Moore just had the thing that was easier to grasp and go, oh, we can build a movie around. Peter Cook was subtler, and oftentimes, even though we know, if you know anything about comedy, it's harder to be that guy in some ways. But it's the one that you get, Abbott gets less attention than Costello, even though you're like, oh, the whole thing doesn't work without, Arrested Development doesn't work without Bateman, that kind of stuff, right? Where you just go like, that's actually, it's an invisible art that if it's being done well, you're almost not noticing how you're pulling the strings on the whole thing.
You need a guy to look at everybody else and go, has none of you ever seen a chicken before?
I mean, it's
that guy.
Not that he's not famous, but I mean, it's a little bit Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie too. When right? I mean, that Fry is certainly very revered, but more so in England, and Laurie became a star.
Right.
Though not in comedy, which is interesting.
And also more of a writer, although they both write.
Yeah. I do think they are sort of a next generation of the Cook Moore in a lot of ways.
Right. Yeah. The Peter Cook. Please, those of you listening to this, look up their Beyond the Fringe. Look up Beyond the Fringe. You can find on YouTube. Yeah. Definitely see Bedazzled.
Oh, absolutely.
An amazing...
If you take anything from this, watch Bedazzled instead of this.
Bedazzled.
It is a thing where, and certainly we're making recommendations. At the same time, it is true. Virtually everything else they did is better than this.
No, it really, it's unfortunate that just because of the subject matter of this, we happen to be talking about the absolute lowest moment of two incredible comic geniuses.
Yeah.
Two guys I revere so much, and particularly their work together. But also don't accidentally rent the Brendan Fraser version of Bedazzled. As much as I love Brendan Fraser.
He's
and
great.
He loves you. I was talking to him the other day. He was like, God, that John Campbell.
I hope so.
You would pick up the phone when he calls, though.
I always take a call from a Fraser. Come on.
No. That's not what Brendan told Brendan and me.
No,
but you love him because he's the most famous Brendan, right, Brendan?
Actually, I know. I'm older than him, and it always bugged me when people were going like, Brendan Fraser, and I'm like, well, and the fact that we had the same name, but I was
just like Brendan Fraser. Wait, no, Brendan
knew in advance that Brendan Fraser.
You, sir, are 1 year younger than Mr. Brendan.
Are you
Fraser.
serious?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he just became famous, and I didn't.
Well, maybe not one. You're about 6 months younger than him. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. But
I'm
whereas
happy for him and his success.
yeah, I was gonna say, but he has an Oscar, so I don't have that. For
Yeah,
the
and the love of the entire world.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
the
pretty.
entire world loves him.
It's true. He is one of
And
the
I'm
more.
very glad that he's been coming back.
Oh,
strong
yeah.
and steady.
I need
It's
that
good.
man back on
He
screen.
should not have disappeared. Ever.
No, and it's very sad if you read about why he did disappear.
I know.
But anyway,
I
let's talk about let's see what was this 78? What was this? Obviously made
What was big that
zero impression at the box office. I think you
Yeah.
might
No,
imagine.
yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how.
Lucky if it was a midnight movie. If
I was gonna say
that.
I don't even know how much this thing really even generated box office wise, or what kind of release we even got on this thing. Anyway, let's talk about what was big. Do you guys happen to know what the biggest movie in 1978 was? You would have been around.
Superman the movie.
No, not.
Should have been because it's awesome.
I
It's
think
awesome.
I think because Superman came out, December 15th. It's most of its budget was, or most of its box office was made in 79. Unfortunately,
Okay.
You tell us.
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters was the third highest grossing. It was Grease. Grease was the number one movie of 1978.
Well, Grease is the word.
Yeah. Did you see Grease when it came out?
We saw it in the theater.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume
saw it
so.
in the theater.
Yep.
And loved the opening animated credits.
Yep.
And then
We
you
were
left.
The soundtrack.
And then
the
you left.
soundtrack, yeah.
Great soundtrack. Certainly, I wasn't around when it first came out, but it was oft in rotation. I probably could recite that whole movie. We
It's
saw it so
probably
much.
my third favorite Eddie Deason film.
What's your top Deason? What do you think was Deason's best work?
Oh God, 1941. And if you say any different, you are.
Oh, you know what
wrong.
I was gonna say? I really.
I'm joking. Grease is.
Well,
better
he is,
than
but I
the
will say
other.
I do think he's very good, and I want to hold your hand.
Yeah, he's
yes,
good.
I
wanna
do
hold
think
your hand.
I do think
But,
he had his
he's-
little
He's
run.
good in 1941. Doing
is.
what
He had his
required
run.
to do.
Watching Murray Hamilton react off of Eddie Deason is one of the
Funniest fucking
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Hot take.
Oh my God.
Hot take. 1941 has its moments.
Hotter take. 1941 is that generation's. It's a mad world.
Yeah, a comedy that doesn't quite work.
I mean,
No.
I will concur in scope. It is definitely going for it's a mad world vibes. I don't think it
I remember
lands.
after I made my kid watch 1941, I have to go. You have to understand. This film was made on cocaine and scream.
Oh yeah. It is well, and it's and just sheer raw hubris, right? It is Spielberg being
There
like,
are moments
I
of
can
genius
do
in that movie."
anything.
Right,
But-
yeah, 100%.
Joe Flaherty's band leader.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's a movie that there's like a bunch of bits I love, but as a movie, it's a
And
mess.
the swing, sing with the fighting and the
Yeah,
dance.
the dance hall.
There's
incredible.
amazing
Yeah.
stuff in it.
It was at least imitated very well in Barton Fink.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, on
Um,
that note, the second highest grossing movie of the year, another big comedy with
Fink?
John. Yeah, it was Barton Fink. That movie's older than you think.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
National Lampoon's Animal House. John Belushi
Oh, there you go. yeah.
hit, of course, huge movie. Shot here at the University of Oregon.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Great use of John Vernon.
Yes.
agreed. Playing the
I really hate those guys.
who does John Vernon play? Oh, the John Vernon part, but in a comedy.
Yeah, the
It's
John
great.
Vernon part. in the
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah, he's the
In
mayor of San
intentional-
Francisco in Dirty Harry, and he's basically doing the same thing in Animal House.
Yeah, in Animal.
But it's funny.
And-
But that push in on his face, and he just
Yes.
goes,
I hate those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
movie
it's a fine delivery.
I do think that movie is funny, but like a lot of comedies of this era, it is so narratively loose that once again I do
no,
think
there's no story.
No, that I do
It's
think it is
just-
like that bit I love, that one less so, this
Yeah.
one very much. I
Yeah.
just think that the hit ratio is much higher than in 1941. But all of those,
It's the only. It's
Yeah.
the movie that that explains why I often cry out ramming speed for absolutely no reason.
yeah. And also a great smarmy Tim Matheson that I love in it.
Yes.
I mean, the cast.
Everyone,
And Peter Riegert.
yeah,
Tim Matheson and Peter Riegert.
everyone
Talk about
is
a comedy team that should have done more.
Is
know.
that
The
the actual?
smarmiest dicks in the world.
I don't know.
should have
And
done
of course, I think is it his actual first movie or pretty early for Kevin Bacon in there too? Is one of the.
I think it is.
I believe it is.
I think it's his
first movie,
actual
yeah.
first screen appearance as douchey, member of the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, in
Shorter
third was Close Encounters of the Third Kind, of course, which
There
I
we
guess
go.
makes sense. Number 4, America couldn't resist Clint Eastwood and an ape in Every Which Way But Loose. Clyde
Saw
the
that?
orangutan. Yeah, everybody saw it.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Even then,
did,
I was just
Robin?
like, no.
I like those.
I
I
don't-
like both of those. They're fun. I mean, they're frivolous, but they're
Now,
fun.
if I want to watch somebody cracking jokes in a truck movie, I'm going to watch a Smokey and the Bandit. Is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I like Smokey and the
Yeah.
Bandit more. At least the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know
The
about those
second
sequels.
one has
That
Dom
was
DeLuise,
Dom
which
DeLuise.
makes it 0.5% better.
And the credit blooper reel where he
Yeah.
has the elephant's trunk keeps fondling him, and finally he
Yeah.
says, "Oh, I'm missing my wife so bad."
One
I
of
miss
my-
my wife so much.
yeah. That is good. That is good stuff.
Come on.
One of my favorite
I
bits
can't.
in Anchorman during the bloopers in the end credits when they randomly just put in a Smokey and the Bandit 2 blooper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it's great.
That killed me in the theater seeing that. I was
So
like,
great.
and then to round out the top 5, Warren Beatty's Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater.
A big old hit.
Yeah, saw that.
Big
I
old
love
hit.
that movie.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
And also, I finally saw Here Comes Mr. Jordan literally
Oh,
a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
and I love that too. I thought those are really good.
Yep.
That's a really good reinvention of that concept. Heaven Can Wait, and they're both
Yep.
very good.
now what do you think of the Chris Rock version?
I'm not. I don't know.
It's okay.
Mm.
It's nowhere near as good as the other two. It's okay. I like a Chris Rock, and
Is
I
it
actually
okay? I just kept thinking he's such he usually plays smart guys. So to watch the original 2 films, Joe Pendleton is kind of a dum dum.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he's a sweet dum dum
yeah.
in both movies. So I just wasn't interested in watching Chris Rock. Walk
No, I
around
think
and
there are
just make-
other better. I think Chris Rock is a talented actor and actually a pretty decent filmmaker. I would recommend watching Top 5 instead of Down to Earth, which was if you haven't seen Top 5, I think Top 5 is very good.
Spiral looked good too. Spiral
From the
that he had
Book
the-
of Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it.
So
I
anyway-
saw it. Anyway, I also just want to bring up one thing that even though it's a year later, still in 8th place is Star Wars because that's how movies used to work. And especially something like Star Wars is still the 8th highest grossing movie of the year after it came out.
Because
Right.
it's all.
Because it's,
Because that's
yeah,
our
I mean,
movie.
once again, the real hot take there. Star Wars, pretty
Yeah,
good.
real good.
All right, let's finish up here with some highs and lows.
Okay.
Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
I'd be stunned if you found a high.
Yeah. I've seen some positives.
Oh, there's this movie's got its fans, but of course we'll start closer to us. This comes to us from a man who knows comedy, Henry Hexton Esquire, and
My law degree is in comedy.
and the title of the review is A Deeply Horrendous Film. I have scarcely, if ever, been so disappointed with a film as I was with this. My expectations were hardly particularly high going into the viewing. I certainly did expect more from a film involving Peter Cook based around the enjoyable Holmesian mythos. By the way, already the word choices are that belonging to a man who can claim Esquire in his name.
Yeah.
To begin with, the direction was appallingly unsuitable. Paul Morrissey evidently had all the wrong ideas about how to film a comedy and how to elicit comedic performances. He is following the carry-on formula, but this film considerably outstrips the majority of those in terms of the cringe-worthy. Morrissey merely directs an astonishingly experienced and talented cast to go horribly, and I mean horribly, over the top. shout a lot, and mixes this with pointless crudity. The veteran comic talents of Maxwell, barely in the film, much to his overwhelming relief, I suspect. Joan Greenwood, Cook, Moore, and Spike Milligan are frittered away carelessly and allowed to dissolve in an acrid bath of self-abuse.
Jesus.
The aging Greenwood is given an appallingly crass role and embarrassing things to do. Terry Thomas, clearly an ill man by all accounts at this time, looks completely out of it, a saddening sight. Is Kenneth Williams another to be added to this unfortunate roll call of British comedy greats, forcibly desecrated? Well, yes. His performance is every bit the unsettled, irritating stereotype that many expect of him, including, it seems, Paul Morrissey. Such a waste considering the ill-tapped talent the man clearly had. It is hardly surprising to read his increasing despondency about this project in his diaries. This is my favorite, that this guy apparently feels close enough to say. Apparently, Pete and Dud had a hand in the script writing, but it really doesn't show. This is committee stuff to the letter, including topical takeoffs of The Exorcist, as well as the spirit-crushingly attempts to emulate the carry-ons. There are, at best, perhaps one or two middling gags of theirs that surface, but they seem hopelessly out of kilter with the film's remainder. Cook is an aloof, stony, but insubstantial presence as an actor in this picture, that's in quotes, Morrissey allowing him no scope for his usual absurdism, shoehorning him into a cardboard non-entity of a role, though surely he himself is culpable, if scripting. Moore is worse, faring poorly as an inept Welsh Holmes never once amusing. This truly is a dire, unspeakable film. The production side of matters is, if anything, as shabby as the rest of the picture, a slipshod shoddiness. Slipshod shoddiness, by the way, might be my new favorite phrase. Makes the visuals outright repellent. Strikingly, there is no attempt to truly parody or spoof Sherlock Holmes' mythos. It makes even mediocre films like The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother or The 7% Solution seem like satiric masterworks. In comparison, all this ends up doing is lamentably degrading the Holmes mythos it claims association with. I hated this film intensely, and as I'm sure you gathered, can say with the utmost confidence that it symbolizes the utter fall from grace of a tradition of British comedy. 1 out of 10 stars. Now, that's a longer one, but oh boy, was there a lot in there.
All right, so I just got back from my vacation.
Sorry.
And I'm a little confused. Did they like the movie or not?
I will say that guy gives a bad name to bad movie reviews.
There you go.
Well, I will say, because I agree with several of the points, but my God.
I think he's off on the production design. I think the production design is very good.
I have no issue with that, or how it's shot, really. That's far from the problem.
It's shot fine for shooting entirely on sets.
Yeah,
did he just keep I imagine this guy flipping through a thesaurus really quickly while he's masturbating, and that's sad. That's very sad.
It does. It does seem like that. All right. All right. So for
another big word.
Well, he is an esquire. Remind you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about here's a different opinion from Johnston James, who titles the review "One of cinema's all-time great spoofs."
Oh.
I love this dopey, crazy dog flick. It's so silly and irreverent, it sends me into stitches of laughter every time. I agree with the reviewer who said it was ridiculous to be so hard on a movie that is this silly. Even though it's very silly, it's not without some smarts. I mean, come on. It had a screenplay written by Dudley Moore and the brilliant Peter Cook, who also give hilarious comic performances as Watson and Holmes. It is also directed by the controversial Andy Warhol chum, Paul Morrissey, who directed those nasty, perverted, but really off-the-wall Dracula and Frankenstein flicks. Every time Morrissey's involved, it's going to be one bumpy, giddy ride. I guess for some lightweights, the humor here is a little hard to take. For one thing, the humor can be so dry and oh so British. By the way, those multiple O's are in the writing. I didn't just...
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
Damn,
sorry,
John.
yeah. I try to read them as close to as written.
No.
For another, the humor can be pretty freaky and often super gross out. I love the weirdo conga line on the moors, which feels like Bergman's Seventh Seal on psycho acid trip gone amok. And the scene where Holmes visits an icky Victorian massage parlor and gives them Watson's name instead of his own. And I loved it when Dudley Moore, dressed in drag as Holmes's mother, tells Holmes, "I remember when you were a little girl," to where Holmes replies, "Mother, I was never a little girl." Yeah, okay. Kenneth Williams is also hilarious, playing Henry Baskervilles as an effeminate homosexual. I love it when Baskerville is insulted and he screams indignantly, "Ow, oh, how mean." I thought the Chihuahua humor was a little too gross to watch at times. For anyone who has seen the movie, of course, those ain't Chihuahuas. I don't know why they didn't use real Chihuahuas. Get Chihuahuas are scarce in England where it was filmed or something.
The joke was on the moors that the Chihuahuas are not hairless.
All right, and then last sentence here. This is brilliant, dry British humor at its best, and if you're a fan of Morrissey or just a fan of Dudley and the Brilliant Cook, then definitely check this psycho weird trip out. 10 out of 10 stars.
No.
No.
That just feels like so consciously contrarian, and the classic, like, you don't get it because it's too British and too weird, man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I see what they're doing.
American morality.
Yeah, come on, man, lighten up. You know, it's like, no. I am well on board for British silliness. It's one of my favorite things, but not here.
Wow.
No.
Well, there you have it. Those are the highs and lows of 1978's The Hound of the Baskervilles, which is now
low film.
Yeah, blissfully behind us.
What's next week?
Well, next week I think we're all going to have a better time.
Taste out of my mouth, John.
We're all going to have a better time, I think, with Murder by Decree.
Hells yeah.
This one is one of my personal favorites. The great Christopher Plummer, Bob Clark directing. It's another take on Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. I think, at least in my memory, much more successful than the one we watched before. And I'll leave you here with the very wordy, because it's the 70s, tagline.
Okay.
The Jack the Ripper murders. Sherlock Holmes lifts the veil of secrecy, corruption, and terror at the heart of the throne of England itself. Clue by clue, murder by murder.
I'm pretty good.
There you go.
I will say, this poster rules, and I absolutely would have gone to see this movie.
Yeah.
100%.
It's pretty good.
I haven't seen it in years and years, but it's a
I
fave.
picked
I
up-
I
can't
haven't
wait.
either. Probably since cable.
I picked up the 4K Kino Lorber of it a couple months ago, and have been waiting to watch, until we got to it here. So I'm very excited to check that out.
It is on the way for the old Jones Manor.
I had
here.
I had a feeling that you would come to possess it, Robin. There's one word that it's definitely one of those that I was like, right away a pre-order when they announced that for me.
Yeah,
Because that's
There you go.
that's good stuff.
One
is
more
good
thing, if I may, there's actually a Christopher Plummer pilot for an ongoing Sherlock Holmes show. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah, they made it in Britain.
I've never seen
Thorley
it or even heard.
Walters is Watson.
Ooh.
And
why didn't that
it's
go? That
an
would have been great.
adaptation. It's an adaptation of Silver Blaze.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
I had no idea that existed.
check it out, just as like if you're interested.
I am
All right.
interested, and I'm also, once again, why didn't that happen? That would have been great.
Plummer didn't know either. He was really hoping it would.
Yeah,
And
man,
I think
I
when
see
they
it here.
came to him with Murder by Decree, he was just like, "Oh boy!" So
Well, I will say, I mean, a great choice. I mean, look, yeah.
And I will also say, awesome impression that was. Oh boy!
Oh
I
boy!
actually was looking away from the screen. I was like, "What? Did Christopher Plummer just?"
It's a little known fact that that's how he spoke in his personal life. Oh boy!
Well, I mean, there is the famous deleted scene from Sound of Music where he sees
Yeah.
Maria for the first time and he goes, "Oh boy,
Yowza!
yowza!"
I thought you were going to refer to the famous deleted scene from Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country.
Yes,
Which
that's
is no surprise to anyone, one of my favorite performances of his and one of my favorite movies and Trek villains.
You just like
Yeah.
anytime someone's bald and has weird bumps on their forehead.
Well, I do love that. I also love the metal eye patch that's like nailed into his face.
Yeah,
Is
bolted
pretty
on.
rad. General
rad.
Chang, great bad guy.
He's a Klingon.
And also
That
one
dude.
of the great death scenes in movie history when the torpedoes come in at him and he says, "To be or not to
Well,
be," and
At
then
the
explodes.
very least, we did talk somewhat about today's film.
We
All
did,
right,
and you know what?
and
This
on that
this
note-
riffing at the end got us to a full hour. So you got your not money's worth, listeners.
Yeah,
We did not
exactly.
have to pad this.
Not
with
at
our
all.
old
You
Brendan
know
and
what, though?
Robin sketch that all the kids love.
Yeah, and we were about to, because in the spirit of this movie, we have padded and padded to get to the
That's right.
runtime we were hoping for. I feel like we have been in
We-
spirit of this movie.
Yes. You did miss John hopping around like he only had one leg. but
Yeah,
other
we
than that,
we were able to cut that, thankfully. But it was pretty funny, and I think
It
it checked the
was.
deleted scenes.
I always like that.
All right.
I tell you what, the opening credits of Hound of the Baskervilles also has like scenes of them like walking around talking to each other. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, these are the deleted scenes.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
This
why are they
is
doing this?
I guess they found something even less funny. Okay.
I will I will
Well, next
though.
week's movie is a laugh riot.
It
so I'm
will, but I
really
will
looking
I
forward
will
to it.
Yeah.
leave you all with Terry
Oh.
Thomas's statement on this movie, which I forgot
Okay.
I pulled and
Right.
and forgot to read here. So and once again, this was his final film. He described this as, quote, "the most outrageous film I ever appeared in. There was no magic. It was bad."
Yeah.
You're correct, Terry.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Terry.
and
knew.
then he said, it's all hush hush and whoosh whoosh. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, quiet. Whoosh whoosh.
Uh,
All right. Well, until next week, the case file is closed.